Right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Horror King, well, look at that. Where have you been? And yes, indeed, you are first today. You're even earlier than me. How did you do that? Are you hiding somewhere in the house? That's suspicious. Let me check if everything, sounds and all that works. Seems like it does perfectly. Okay. In that case, no time to waste and we can get to work, right? That's what we are here for. Can I make a game idea for you? I'm afraid that everyone has a game ideas, but let's see. Let's listen it up. What's on your mind? To make a game like Super Sword, but you can freeze time. That was actually in one of the iterations of Super Sword. It wasn't very fun. It didn't work very well. Already tried that. Kind of like variations of Super Hot. Was an option. Also, the whole point of Super Sword was that you can is that you work out, right? It's a sort of a exercise fitness app. Being able to anytime slow down time and just not do anything. It's not a very good strategy, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's see, what do we have here? Change landscape textures. I gotta look at the dead city for that. YouTube is yelling at me. I have no audio bitrate. That's just wrong. He is lying to me, as expected, but that's fine. That's fine. We can't expect him to be real. Okay. This all we can hide. And wait, there we have stream setting analytics right in here that are not updating, of course. Why should they? And I know you all liked an old Super Sword. We talked about it just last stream. Last Super Sword was super cool, but it just was not sustainable. Like it had somewhat lot of players, but no one paid for it. So now ask yourself, did you pay for Super Sword? Because we don't want that. Because sadly enough, a vast majority of the people, like that's the problem with Quest. It's sadly enough has mainly kids, and kids don't pay for anything, so it's just not sustainable. I'm just trying to. How do I launch this? I'm just trying to get here a chat that's gonna show me everything, but they are not very good. I guess I can do this, but it doesn't display it very well. Yeah, this sucks. No, we don't want this. Jesus. Why does this suck so much? Like when you wanna make games, when you're trying to develop games, got a bad news for you. You have to kind of make money so you can make more games. And a lot of audience on Quest, which means certainly a vast majority, just don't pay for anything, even if it's a free game. So you get like less than 1% actually paying for something, and it's just not sustainable. And with paid games, it's even worse. So, yep, I'm afraid that's how it is. Wait, how do I find it? Jesus, this is very annoying. I'm gonna have to find chatting. I'm trying to see a chat box to properly display it. Let me just shut down this for a second, because I don't trust this machine. But okay, now it should show correctly. Weird. Okay, and now it seems to show correctly. Let me just put this back on. Okay, there we go. So if I get Super Sword because you are not planning on doing anything, then I would make the challenge of creating the game, adding new modes. I'm not gonna give you a Super Sword code base. It's actually not very easy to rework, but it's to like fork with a previous version. But honestly, recreating something like Super Sword once you know what you are doing is not very difficult. So you can just try doing that. And maybe it's gonna end up as something actually usable. It's up to you. Okay. Just, I'm gonna have to get another monitor just so chat here works properly, because the way this is set up is definitely stupid. I don't know what's messed up about that integration, but it just doesn't work very well. You can, yeah, you can just use some templates. You can use VR expansion plugin, and recreating something like SuperSWOT would not be crazy difficult. So it's up to you. Okay, now I have it finally set up. Jesus, that took forever. Okay. I have to make some prefab and preset for it, so I don't spend forever trying to make it every time. Okay, we are looking at the Discord. You're my number one fan. Well, that's lovely. That's lovely. Appreciate it. Let's see. We are gonna have to find a dead city. Should be somewhere in here. I just want to see how the material here is set up. I wish I could open multiple maps of Unreal. That would be super, super useful. So I could just copy and paste from them. I guess I could open the project twice. But it's not quite what I wish. Because it also takes shit ton of resources. So not very applicable. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is all just painted. Let's see. I have to switch this to a landscape. And let's see how the painting here looks like. Okay, this is just asphalt. So is this what is managing all that? How many layers do we have here? Oh, we don't have layers. Okay. That's risky. Someone likes to live dangerously here. Here it seems like they have everything set with a appropriate grass, not glass. Okay. So it's really just directly painted material. That's what I had my suspicion that it's gonna be the case, but good to know. So honestly, the only thing I kinda wanna know is where do I get this material, and rest I'm gonna handle by myself. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to create a new slot for that. Let's make it in here. There we go. This is for our one window. Let's just hide it in here. And it should give us some base. Let's save it. Oh wait, I'm missing here a weird. I'm missing here a content browser. Should be right here and just store my levels. There we go. We got here a vertical slice. Perfect. That's pure perfection. YouTube is not working very well today. What's going on? Let me see if everything goes well here. I just have to mute it. Seems like it does. Weird. Quite weird, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, YouTube is being a bit drunk. Okay, let me just check everything. Yeah, everything seems to do what we want from it. It's just bit weird. Okay, okay. So this all should work. Let's see. Okay. Can I just somehow save this? I don't think so. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop being annoying, and we can do something about all these landscapes. So, gonna have access to this landscape because we have here some nice master materials, and then these we will blend over to what we have here. I just wanna see how it is set up. I don't really like combining a foliage and landscape. I see the benefits of it, especially if you're trying to automate almost everything, but I don't tend to like that. Okay, I see here we are. Yeah, we are doing stuff like this, and that's not particularly nice. So, first of all, this will need to be reworked a bit. So, I want to know what kind of material I'm using here mainly. So, if I'm not mistaken, this one not so much, and this one we are using quite a bit. Okay, I can just replace some of these with something quite a bit more usable. So I'm also not gonna be painting it on the water, but in here, in the painting layer. So let's find here what kind of material we have, and we can start replacing them. So let's first maybe paint a little bit of it, and then we can see. So let's say the last one here is gonna be asphalt, or sort of a asphalt. What is it now? Kind of a weird leaves. Not quite what I have in mind. So maybe let's see about replacing this one. No, this one actually we are using quite a bit. So now let's do layer 8. We don't need to overcomplicate it. Yeah, let's do just layer 8. And just gonna do here, so I'm gonna smooth it out later, but right now I'm just gonna do here some high level path drawing. There we go. Okay, it's gonna be blended properly later, don't worry about it, guys. Say here we can have something that goes onto the side. I'm afraid here we are, the house is hanging. That's not very good. It will have to be tweaked a bit, but good enough for now. Okay. This was layer 8, so let's now change it to something a bit more usable. So, let's take the landscape material and I'm gonna replace it with probably something from here. So let's just put them next to each other. I just wanna see what they are like and they are doing. So we should see somewhere here some asphalt. There we go. I would like to let's start by replacing it with an asphalt. That's always interesting. So we want the layer 8 here. And base color, albedo and height is made as a one material. That's a bit confusing to me, but we can certainly try. And switch with a normal as well. Ambient occlusion. I'm pretty sure ambient occlusion is gonna mess it up, but let's try it. And it should give us some sort of a start. Okay. That's definitely giving us some start, and it's actually looking pretty good. May need some layers around it, but it's not bad. It looks like it used to be asphalt, which is exactly what we want from it. So, oh, wait. Oh, I have here different tiling based on distance. Wait. What's going on here? Is it really such a significant change? Interesting. And this one changing shouldn't mean anything, right? Unless I'm very far from it. Now when I'm far from it, we should see a change. Okay, this is very useful property. Because we can tweak it based on distance. So let's say this can be about 0.1, and when we are close to it, we can probably tune it a bit. Let's see if we do 0.2. No, I need slightly less. Let's say like 15. There we go. This seems not bad. Brightness. I'm not sure how much I want to adjust the brightness, if even I want to adjust the brightness. Height map difference. I think this one is gonna be messing things up a little bit. Do we set it to 0? Yeah, that's what I had my suspicion about. So we probably do want some level of height adjustment, blending of sorts. Okay. Let's see if we do just 0.1. Oh, weird. It's like from 0.8 to 1 is such a big step. That's a lot. Huh. 0.95, 99. Seems like way too much. It's still like 90. 96. Okay. Let's go there. And this, if we put like -5, I don't think it really changes much. Honestly. Can just keep it here. Oh yeah, let's hide this. We don't care about it too much. Wait, what? Why? No, is it open twice? Of course it is open twice. All right, it's better. Thinking it may be even better to put here like everywhere this sort of a surface, like an asphalt, and then just start blending it. I feel like that would probably yield the best result. Can we do power height? Let's see. No, doesn't seem to be changing much. UV mixing and blending. Probably this seems like a global change. I don't want to mess with it right now. Okay, no, brightness. We already decided not to mix. UV mix does what? Oh, okay, I see. It's mixing it with other textures. Okay. Let's just overpaint all of it right now. And then we shall see. We can do some like nice fancy blending. Based on what exactly we are selecting here. It seems somewhat reasonable to me that if they were putting here a baton, they were probably putting it on everything. All right. Something like this. I just added a bunch of trees later, but this is fine. Could just put here a leather harness or something like that, but I guess it's gonna be better if it's gonna be actual smoothing terrain, such as actual if there will be actual smoothing terrain. Probably gonna yeah, it's probably gonna make more sense. Let's see. Jesus, why is it doing it? I feel like it started happening since I switched to Windows 10. At that moment, like just all of these Windows selecting stuff, all of a sudden became much, much worse than it used to be before. Bit suspicious if you ask me. Some weird sabotage. Okay, then it went a bit randomly in this direction. Yeah. It makes kind of sense that there used to be actual path. There we go. Very nice and pretty. And now look at this city all of a sudden. I need to adjust the pattern, the repetition, but honestly, it's not gonna be repeating too much. The player rate is probably not gonna be so high anyway, so it probably doesn't matter that much. It should be mostly fine. Let's see. Let me just check if the server is running. I'm sorry for constantly checking the stream, but it like a few days ago it just crashed and I did not notice for like 15 minutes, so I'm just a bit nervous about it, but seems like it's fine. Okay, this gives us some level of surface. Now, what are we gonna blend into? I need to rework the actual material because this is confusing to me. So let's rename the actual layers. If I rename it here, it's gonna rename everything. No, that would be annoying. Okay, never mind. Never mind, I'm just gonna change textures. So, okay, we got some asphalt. Then we'll probably want some sort of a... This is a forest ground. I don't think this is quite useful. But what are we gonna change it with? Have a pure grass. I feel like we already are using this pure grass. Grass uncut and grass. Okay, I can kind of see that. So let's see. We have here grind soil. Here we have ground soil too. Let's just try to play with this a little bit. Wait, this is albedo? Oh, weird. Okay, ground. This is a ground grass. I already changed that. No, I did not. Okay, this may be actually preferable. We have asphalt. Do we have any other grass here? Let's see, we can just replace this grass. It's just strange color for albedo. The grass looked way greener there. But let's see. Let's see it first. So here we got normals. And HRM. Let's see. Snicker, hey man, how are you doing? How are you doing, sir? Nah, this sucks. I hate this. Let's replace it back. Still not super happy with this grass. I guess this grass is not too bad. I just wanna mix it with, wait, what's this layer 4? Okay, so I need to orient myself with these layers. So we have this, which is like a ground that works with the rocks here. Then we have a wait, these two are just different layers of the same thing. That makes sense. So we will need also 2 layers of the grass here, where we have a grass 1 And grass too. And then we have this grass, which is incredibly ugly. So I'm rather thinking about replacing this. This just does not fit very well. Okay, so this fifth one we want to replace. With what you are asking, I have no clue quite yet, but we can try. Let's try just to replace it with... This one is super dark, but maybe with the regular landscape ground gravel here it's called. Let's see. So we want to start with our albedo and height mask. Then HRM. And normal should be, of course, taken from here as well. All right. Let's see now. Wait, no, it did not update. What's going on? Am I changing the wrong one? No, I'm pretty sure I'm changing the correct one. This is layer... Oh, but I'm painting layer 5. Okay. It's fine, guys. I'm just stupid. Either way, I think this is not bad grass. Bit too much red there, but it does show bad. In that case, what did I replace? Tea ground pine last. What's originally the layer 6? Let's see. Well, something incredibly ugly anyway, so... But I guess I'm using this sort of up here. So let's rather replace it with some other grass. I'm just gonna try to search through different grasses and see what we can find. Do you like when it rains a lot? And can you hear the rain on the roof? That's completely random question. Yeah, I do actually. I do love that sensation quite a bit. It's very cool. I do tend to hear that quite a bit, especially here. Not at this time of the year, but it's definitely something that I find very lovely. We have here some super stylized grass colors, which I can try to put in there, but I'm a bit worried it's not gonna fit. But you know what? Like, what's the worst case scenario? I'm gonna put it back. It's not that bad. Okay, and let's just make sure I'm changing the correct one. It should be layer 5. There we go. Honestly, if I adjust the UVs a bit, I can kind of see it working. What if we do this? I have to adjust the UV a lot for this one to kind of make sense. I think that's the same one as we have here. Yeah. Maybe do we have like a moss? Something closer to that? Let's see about this. This I can see rather working, maybe. Do you have a story of your childhood of going to camp? Any of your friends who you grew up with maybe running out of gas in the country? Not at all, honestly. Don't remember ever actually running out of gas when traveling. We have been always very, very careful not to run out of gas. This combo could look pretty cool, actually. Okay, let's try to just paint these 3 next to each other, and I want to see how it looks like. So we have... okay, this one is... I have already painted here. Then this one, and this one. And now let's just try to blend them. Does my country have a mandatory military service? No, not for a long time. Like 20, 30 years, something like that. I am from Czech Republic originally, and that's hasn't been a thing for a long time. Oh yeah, we don't want it this dark. There were some discussions about this returning, but with like latest political selection, but it never passed. I keep on thinking you live in Finland. No, I live in Sweden at the moment. That's maybe what confuses it. I used to. I never used to live in Finland. I don't think I've ever. No, I don't. I've never even been in Finland. I live in Sweden, but I grew up and was born, and nationality-wise, I'm from Czech Republic. So I can see that being a bit confusing. But honestly, I tend to get mistaken from all kinds of different nationalities. I get people who think that I'm German. I get people I think that I get sometimes mistaken for a Swede. By people who don't know I live in Sweden. Sometimes people think I'm Russian. It's like it really gets to. I really hear all kinds of different opinions. No, not tiling quite yet. Wait. I messed up the tiling and I did not want to do that. Please return. Okay. I'm gonna adjust the tiling, but later. I wanna first work with a brightness. Okay, something like this. Tiling later. First brightness. Layer 2 doesn't quite matter that much. That's independent. And okay, this one I feel like could be a bit brighter. I feel actually it's gonna make it more fitting with the environment if this is gonna be brighter. Interestingly enough. Alright, and let's see about no tiling later. First grass, and the last one here is gonna be brightness in here. Okay. Now that looks bit more blending with different kinds. So apparently, if you're a guest at Czech Republic, won't eat with you during dinner since they just serve the guests. And is it true? Is it? That's completely fake news. Honestly, I have never heard about it. It's actually quite the opposite, at least in my experience. But you know, different households have probably different rules. But it was always the case that whenever I had a friend over or I was at a friend's house, you would always get invited, or you would invite the friend to eat with. They often refuse, but you always would get invited. It would be quite rude not to invite someone. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure where you heard that, but that would be. That's never been my experience. But you know, different people live different lives, so. I ain't saying it never happened, but it seems quite unusual to me. Okay, let's see at the blending. So I'm gonna first have to do it close in. Actually, I don't know if I even want to adjust the, maybe for this one, UVs. Say slightly less even, not, that's too much. Let's do like 4. 3. And the rest of them are pretty good. How does it look like if I zoom out? Okay, zooming out is a problem. So what we want is to start with the one on top. Layer 3 right in here. And we want far... Oh, we don't have that option here. Oh, interesting. Wait. X3, is it because I don't have it checked? Oh yeah, seems like it. Okay, now that's a bit more correct. And if I'm close in, it blends correctly. Okay, perfect. That's some perfection right in here. Alright, so tiling pretty good. We have here this height and power. How does that work? Yeah, I think that's just for adjusting it when two are crossing. Because we always want asphalt to be on top of the grass. That would make most sense. Which is how it should blend here. But what we want is adjust the layers. So, the first grass layer should be... this thing should be fairly low. Okay. Okay, we can set it like surprise, but no, we can do like 1 here. Or maybe even less. Like 0.5. Set this to 0. This one shouldn't matter too much because we have a fairly low height power. And for the rest of them, here we can start dancing. This one we want to increase. Okay. So, wait, am I in the correct one right now? It gets a bit confusing, yeah. Let's start with a moss. Moss should be this one, I believe. Oh, wait, what? Oh. I think I'm increasing the wrong one. Wait, let's see. So let's just restart it. Wait, something's a bit strange. Let's see. Yeah, that's weird. Is it this one? Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, let's adjust this one first then, because we have here some nonsense. So if it's 0, we can do some negative blending here. -2 maybe. That's maybe a bit too much. -1, and we can increase the positive blending. There we go. Probably 10 is enough. And if we look for the mass here, and okay, now that looks somewhat pretty. Almost good. All right. That's not bad. So we have here like we have here a rocks, some rocks in here, better rocks. And then we still have here some layers. So I would probably want to... Wait, this one probably should stay because I can use it for a surface up here. I'm pretty sure it's already kind of a thing. So I'm just gonna make sure it blends correctly. As the layer 6. So layer 6, I just wanna make sure that this goes pretty high up. Then we can go to about 20. Okay, that may be too much. That's maybe 5. I just want to make sure the blending nicely. Is it this checkbox? No. Okay, let's do like 30. That gives us some pretty nice smoother blending, and we can just use it to paint over the areas here. Oh my god, bro. I don't know how much about Czech, but I was looking at Smashing It. It sounds really good. It is really good. Combine dinner with game dev stream with... Do you wanna do a cooking stream? I don't know, man, but I am not very good at making it, honestly. My parents are really good at it. I'm decent enough at it, but honestly, I gotta tell you, it's pretty crazy because it's like a fast food in Czech Republic. But but I used to, and in my family, we used to love it so much that we used to have it as like a birthday food. It's really good. It is really good, especially with like French fries, or just with regular fries. It's so good. Maybe eventually we can do a cooking stream. I'm not promising anything, and definitely not anytime soon, but it sounds intriguing, not gonna lie. It's good food. People should know the secrets of smashing syrup. It's I don't think it's difficult to make. It's just that I am not good at it. think I should be able to. Okay, now this is the asphalt. This one is fine. Wait, so, okay. I think this one we still can get rid of. But I can replace it with some better rocks. Can I reorder it? I can reorder it. Okay, this is amazing. So, this one, I'm gonna just structure it based on the way it should go. So right here on top, should see always this one. After that, we have a lighter variation and then brain variation. Yep, that's correct. And this one is like somewhere in between them. This is almost asking for like a normal blending, honestly. You know what? I know I'm really thinking this is rather it's gonna be reworked to some rock sky, something like that. Do. Hmm. Okay, so it's a layer 7, and we're looking for some rocks. I'm just gonna paint it. I think here it would be quite appropriate right in here. Okay, so layer 7, and let's look for some rock. A friend of mine used to take breadcrumbs and bowl of vanilla ice cream, and the breadcrumbs would protect the ice cream when deep fried was steaming hot deep fried vanilla. Jeez, that sounds actually really cool. I had my girlfriend, she's Swedish. She also introduced me to a lot of interesting dishes. Swedes are kind of strange in a lot of the dishes they got, and one of them is also like it's a fried camembert, which is kind of like fried cheese with vanilla ice cream, and it tastes amazing. It tastes really good. Or like a bunch of different meats with potatoes and jam. Like you would be surprised how many things sweets manage to put jam on. It's insane. It's quite strange. But let me reread it. Breadcrumbs and bowl of vanilla ice cream. Honestly, that sounds actually cool. I may wanna try to make it. Deep fried vanilla ice cream. Huh. I wonder how that could taste. Sounds curious for sure. Thanks for letting me know about that. Wait, where are you from, NJM? Do you have any local specialty? Anything else you would recommend me to try? Let's try this one. It's gonna be stylized, but it's fine. It's the post-processing makes everything so stylized anyway. It doesn't matter that much. Wait, what? Ground roots? No, I didn't want ground roots. I wanted the rock. Hmm. Yeah, that's not quite what I imagined. Maybe something like this. I guess it's closer, but it's way too stylized. It's way too rough on the eye in comparison with the environment. So we're gonna have to keep searching. Okay, let's look at this. This is small rock, so I'm not sure, but we can. Oh, that's actually might not be bad. Let's see. The UV is messed up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is UV. I thought this is not seamless texture. Snow rock. Let's see if we can use this one. Canada. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think I remember that even. However, everyone says we're going out for Italian, Chinese, or Thai food. Gotcha. No one good. We don't have anything good. Only maple syrup. Okay, well, I mean, maple syrup is also pretty good. That's something. I don't find much use for maple syrup in my diet, not gonna lie, but it's definitely good to know. But like you know how it is. You have like a lot of meals. Poutine should be illegal. Poutine? Wait, what's that? Is that some kind of food? Hey, yay. Yes, poutine. Wait, well, okay. Is that food? Wait, let me see. Let me find it. Oh, okay. Is it like the French fries in cheese? I mean, French fries and cheese doesn't sound bad. Is it that bad? Is it really bad, or is it are you just pretending it's bad? I don't know. I would be willing to taste it. Not sure if I would give it a whole dinner, but sounds worthwhile testing. Okay, I think this could kind of work with adjusting the brightness. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. A little bit is gonna be blended, so I think it's fine. The poutine I tried didn't come with cheese, only white sauce. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds bad. That does not sound good. But with the cheese, it sounds interesting. I have definitely had like a really good combos of cheese and fries. It's gonna be really good. But maybe you just had a really bad one. I don't know if that qualifies as sauce. That sounds like a bad sign. It sounds like a really bad sign. Okay. I'm gonna rather actually see before I commit to this snow rock. Let me just see if we get some better material here. Because this is really good material. What's the texture resolution though? Oh! 4K. We don't need 4K. This is gonna be all lowered. I'm gonna optimize it all later. Just debris. Debris is probably not very good. No, and it's also just bunch of materials. Do, do, do. Okay, I think we can just stick with this. You can just stick with this. Whatever it is. I'm not sure how much it's gonna be actually used, but better have it than not have it, I suppose. I can kind of probably blend it nicely together. Okay, let's get to dancing now. So, let's do some noise blending. So I'm gonna start with the grass properly. Oh, wait, do I have a correct layer, or is it just getting messed up again? I do have a correct layer. That's good. In general, I really do like a lot of different kinds of meals. I would say I'm definitely a sucker for Japanese, not just Japanese, but like Asian cooking and Italian cooking. Also really good. I would not say that I enjoy traditional Czech stuff too much. There are people who really like it. I'm not super into it. I can enjoy it, but I'm not super into it. Let's see. No one likes British food. That's not even a food. And let's see what else. I usually end up making like some kind of a mix. I don't tend to not. I wouldn't say I cook a lot, but maybe once a week. And then I usually tend to make up some sort of a mix of I don't know, all the kind of cooking, putting everything together. Thai food is good. That's true. Thai food is also really good. And I mean, sushi. Sushi is just legendary. I love sushi. I know that's not Thai food, but I just wanted to say I really love sushi. But yeah, Thai food is pretty amazing. You got a restaurant at the city I live at with a really cool, really good Thai food. It's so good. Other than that, let's see. Let's see what else. I feel like Italian is a bit of a double-edged sword, where if you don't have a fresh vegetable for Italian food, it's usually not taste that good. You have to, it's kind of a requirement for that. But otherwise, it's just kind of pasta. Pretty much. Let's see, this is overpainting it way too much. How do I... Okay, I'm just gonna mess around and paint it lightly. Without... no, I can have strong tool strength and no. Okay, let's do something like this. Oh, I have set it way too low. I don't feel like the noise is working well. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like the noise in the landscape painting, I can never get it to behave properly. Seems like it needs to be on a very low setting, and then it maybe kind of works. But other than that, it doesn't seem to do what I want from it. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna switch to different painting. Let's say I'm gonna start adding a regular glass here. And it's just painted everywhere, right? It does not add too much of a noise there, which is a bit weird. I would expect noise to be like a projected noise onto everything. If I lower the noise scale now, let's say the lowest, smallest one, it should lower it. Look at that, it's just painting it everywhere. It's not very good. Okay, let's see if I switch to add. No, I had it on add before. This feels a bit better, but it's still not very good. Not sure how much I want this to be. No, I guess I can have this as sort of a path. That could work pretty well. And let's just paint here another layer. And now I think I have to change the noise scale. I can just like point it around and kind of work with it in this way, but it feels more like spraying than actually using the noise here. Not super happy with it, not at all. Okay, and the last one. Just as a moss on top of things. When this comes out, when does Lost Harmony come out? Somewhere next year. Nevertheless, the demo will be released very early next year. I'm hoping to have it done by end of the year, and then with some changes that needs to happen, of course, it's gonna be releasable. You can check it out for a you can check out the Steam page if I am managing to find it. Why does YouTube does not show it to me here? YouTube is not cooperating with me very well. Either way, you can find a Steam page in the description, and with that, you can check it out right in here. We got here some cool trailer. You can wishlist it, and that will let you know exactly when the time for releasing this comes. I'm gonna let me share it in the chat. There we go. Let's just close this. Cool. Nice. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let's just leave it here. It's gonna become useful later. Okay, a lot of this is gonna be just hidden with trees. I don't wanna hide too much of it. So let's just put here some moss on top, and then this part should be mostly painted as a hill, I guess. Yeah, like this. Okay, let's start painting moss around here. Here is where it should be mostly showing. Exactly like this. And like be like that. This is overgrowing the asphalt on this side. No, this one with a little bit different color coding is fine. Just needs to nicely blend it in. This one also, since the grass is growing here, can kind of assume that here is some grass growing. And here we got a bunch of destroyed stuff. So let's say, how much grass are we gonna grow? Not that much, but enough. These tools are procedural, so I be just gonna make sure not to change them now. But it's gonna be just baked in later, so that's fine. Just a little bit. Alright, that's starting to look nice. Okay, we can do kind of a bit more around the ground here and around the rocks. I feel like that it makes a lot of sense. And then this probably should not be just falling down here. Look at this building. Alright, I'm gonna have to grow with this here. And right under this, I can see some grass remaining as well. And again, from under the rocks, very safe to assume that some grass was growing from there, or moss. Okay, and now let's do something similar to it along the whole path. What's the FPS during the... What is it right now? I don't know, on this computer, like 120? Is it stat show FPS? Okay, yeah. Oh, it's like 90. But it's probably in the... It's gonna be way more in the game. No, okay, it's about 90. I think it's locked though. Set max FPS 200. Or is it not? Let's see. I always forget. Set. Or is it just max FPS? Okay, I don't remember. Either way, do I aim for? No, I don't. You know, the higher the better. I don't like. I mean, it would be quite unusable under 60. That's always the case. But it depends on the hardware, right? Like just because it runs very well on my PC does not mean it's gonna run very well on all the other PCs. And there's like no optimization happened yet. So I don't quite. I don't quite. Oh, I can just increase this actually. That's gonna be a bit more suitable because this is the FOV I have on the player. Because I don't. I am gonna optimize it as much as I can, but I also want the game to look very, very good, very pretty. This is quite a point here. It's what makes this game somewhat interesting. So I'm gonna assume that people have at least like mid-level computers, and this is what the hardware requirements will reflect. Will this be VR2? No, not even close. No, it's just, I mean, there is nothing that would, this game would not be more interesting as a VR game. There's not much of a reason for this to be a VR game. I can maybe include like a VR mode eventually down the line, but it's very, very low in terms of priorities. I am not currently working on VR games. I'm gonna maybe experiment with Quest 3, once I get it, but just not important right now. VR market just sucks. It's still way too experimental, and there is not much reward for you waiting there. Okay, this is starting to look quite pretty. I'm gonna blend in a little bit more of the other grasses here on this part specifically, but I have to say it does not look bad, not at all. I guess the VR mode should not be too difficult to add when I think about it. Like, it depends, but what do you mean by VR mode? Like, adding a VR mode, just that you can view it with a VR headset on, like kind of like, then that's not too difficult. It's actually super easy. But if you're talking about actual VR support, it means like all the interactions are available in VR, and you can adjust things and use VR controllers to control it instead of a gamepad. That would be a lot of work that don't think it's gonna ever happen for Lost Harmony. Just adding a VR headset when you are controlling it with a gamepad, as if it was 2D and you are just looking from VR headset, I guess that I can add. That's not too difficult. That I can do, and true is that the game is quite pretty, so that would be probably a pretty good point. It's not a bad idea. I'm gonna think about it. It's still very low in terms of priorities, but it may be added eventually. Makes sense. I got the PSVR back in 2018. It seems like all the games are, yeah, pretty much. Multiplayer games are just, there is no, I don't even know if there is a multiplayer game that's still active. I guess even Population 1 that does not have enough players, and that went free to play. It was like the biggest hype. So VR is just not big enough, and sadly enough, the only people who play it are younger kids, and they don't tend to be very nice to play with. Is the first thing, and second thing is that they don't pay. And if you want game developers to be able to have some level of I don't know, investment, they want to like, spend time making games, they need to kind of know that they will be able to get money from it, otherwise it's not worth it, right? In that case, you don't have a business, you don't have a studio, you have just a wish list. So it's just not much of a, there's like no reason why a huge serious studio would go into VR, because it's just not that financially profitable. Vast majority of the users, as even though Facebook is clearly lying about that, vast majority of the users are kids, like under 13, probably by less, and those don't pay much. Werewolves Within was one of my favorite games ever. They nailed the VR aspect of the game, the minimal movement but full expressions from characters. Oh really? Werewolves Within? I actually have no clue about it. Let me find it out. Sounds interesting. Oh wait, that's probably a movie, right? Oh, I see. It's like a story-based game on VR on PSVR. Looks interesting. I have not had PlayStation VR. I had just Quests and a lot of the VR headsets. It was so popular first few months and then it died. Yeah, that's the fate of pretty much all of the VR games, I'm afraid. It's just at this point, it's just not worth it to buy PlayStation to buy VR game, multiplayer VR game, because you know it's gonna die, and that sucks. That's really bad because that means no one is gonna try to develop VR game, and that also means no one is gonna buy it and no one is gonna try to make it. It's not good, not a good state at all, and Facebook does not help because he does not support the developers. So, what do you expect? But that's how it is. Let's add here a few more. Let's add here a little bit of a... No, that's too much tool strength. I want like a little bit of a tool strength. If I do just a really huge scale and apply noise, is it gonna... No, that noise is so useless, Jesus. It seems like work to set up VRs just need to be instant glasses. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm probably eventually gonna get there. You know, it's just gonna take time. It takes time and effort, and rarely is someone putting that in. Like, you can't expect developers who are not gonna get reward because they also have to pay their stuff, right? It's very irresponsible. It would be very irresponsible to just go gamble on a VR game and kind of hope it's gonna work out when there is no proof of that. That's not how you run business. And when you're running a business, you have to be responsible for all the people that work for you. This is a bit too strong, but in a good direction. Okay, fine, this is getting pretty good. Okay, I like this. Aim small, miss small. That's true. That's true. But you still have to like, even if you like let it happen in a very small team, like you go with just few programmers, like you just could do just 2-3 people, tell them, hey, go experiment here. You still have to pay their salaries, right? And if it doesn't, and if there is no proof that it's gonna work out, then why should studios do that? Unless someone incentivizes that. Like, this is what Facebook should do, right? Facebook should be able to fund part of the development, because if it works out, they win a huge way, because their platform sells a lot more. But instead, what they are doing is just buying off the game studios, which is stupid, because the developers don't feel incentivized. I suppose it's complicated, but just buying this, you as a if they instead tried to not buy the whole studio, but like recommended funding them or split profit or anything like that, like way more studios would be willing to go that. Imagine if they did grants, like they could do some sort of a I don't know, we will finance, you will get 100,000 if you release the game, $100,000 if you release the game within I don't know, 4 months, blah blah blah. Anything like that would be super cool. Like, Facebook would lose the money, but he would build up the developer ecosystem, which they don't really have right now. And instead they are just throwing the money mostly out of the window, because why are they throwing money out of the window? That's a good question. Did you see the latest Friedman Zuckerberg podcast with the new Meta headsets? Was pretty very cool. Yeah, sure. And the thing is that, yeah, I see the technology. I am sure all this is gonna happen eventually, but it's just not now. It's not financially worth it. Maybe now with Quest 3 it's starting to be, but I feel like a lot of developers similarly to me just got burnt out on the quests, and are just like, yeah, this is not worth it. So yeah, and also Meta and Quest Store are better, but they are not good. They're still not good. Okay, let's make sure we got it saved. And let's build it. I want to sculpt it this time and flatten it. Something like this. Oh, we apparently need to be way higher. Let's see. But yeah, it's like, especially if you see like a tech demos and things like that, that's super exciting. It shows you where it's gonna be one day, but it's just not there now. I am definitely excited about the possibility of having a VR headset that it's just like regular glasses. You have it on and don't worry about anything. It replaces your monitors. Like, very cool idea, and I really hope it's gonna happen sooner than later. But it's still far. Seems like it, at least. Maybe. Quest 3, maybe actually first monitor replacement. I am very curious about trying it. Once I get mine, I'm gonna definitely try it and let you know, guys. But we will see. Seeing the photorealistic faces taking was definitely the first real uncanny valley. Yeah, I can kind of see that. And also it's I have a bit of a beef because it's I am somewhat upset that everyone is trying to push photorealism because I just don't think it's a good way to go. It's first of all, it's really hard. It's really hard to make photorealistic humans. Is potentially the most difficult thing to render in real time, even in non-real time, even offline rendering. It's just way too difficult. And the thing is that it's not needed. People love stylized stuff. Like stylized for my, I would be very confident that for a lot of the use cases and vast majority of the people, stylized just wins over realistic. But they push photorealism for whatever boring reason. Why can't we have just some cool characters? That would be so much better. Okay, I'm gonna have to, let's see. Are we about done with the painting of the landscape? Gonna probably need a bit more here and there, but overall it's not bad. Wait, this one is messing again. Let me just move it. It's like kind of the same thing with a lot of the Unreal developers. They are just like everything has to have meta humans and be photorealistic and all that nonsense. And it's just I don't think most people care about that. It's like it's not gonna make your game much better. Quite the opposite. Gonna spend a lot of resources on it and it's not gonna be too much better, and you're gonna spend all your time on that. Like unless you make you're trying to sell it because it's photorealistic, sure, then that kind of makes sense. Like what, for example, what Unrecord is doing. But you can like pull it with one game, but then it's just boring. Performance is way better than photorealism, that's for sure. I would even go as far as say that stylization is just better than photorealism, but I'm fully willing to accept that that's a preference. That's what I like, and what I think most people like. But who am I to speak for them? I'm gonna definitely make more of a and stylized and cool things rather than photorealistic, because I just don't think it's worth it. And I don't think it's worth it. And what's more important, I don't think it looks better. If something, it looks worse. Okay. Okay. Let's clean up the landscape. We're gonna add some rocks here and there, and then finally get to doing foliage here. I had some foliage clearly, but now we're gonna have to replace it. So let's start by just smoothing all this. This is gonna have rocks, so it's not too important to have this super sharp. Here I saw some. Oh wait. What? When I'm in the buildings area? That's probably not. Let's see. Yeah. Damn, that sucks. Gonna have to clear it with different layers. Are amazing, but sometimes they just make it so difficult. Okay. Yeah. Well, never mind. Something is smoothed. I'm just gonna add here a new. Yeah, that's what I had my suspicion. Is the issue here? Let's smooth some parts of it. And then we can get to it. Buildings area. Can I just remove? Do I have like pure removal? No, I don't think so. I think these hills should be much smoother. Wait, we don't want to go underground though. Okay, that's better. Let's just start by throwing here some base grass. Do, do, do. Mm. Okay. Oh wait, now I have 2 strength on 100. Okay, it's messing it up. Okay, now let's go to the second one. And we can add some moss as well. But let's change the pattern. And now let's just smooth it out. Will there be a little cave to fly through? Maybe. There will be a lot of things. Not all in the demo, but there will be... This is just a first biome, if you will. First level. You will be able to then enter underground city. So there's gonna be a whole cyberpunk city underground that you will be able to enter and fly through. And discover all the robots, discover all the stories by humans left there, and then there will be probably underwater area as well, like a base left by humans in this post-apocalyptic world. So not quite a cave, but there is gonna be a bunch of things. But you know, maybe there will be cave. Who knows? Oh, I just did it with a painting. Sometimes it's so difficult to switch from the layers. So annoying. There we go. I love layers, but sometimes they make it annoyingly difficult. There we go. Okay, I think it makes sense to just keep adding some rocks around it. I think the first... Wait. I think the fire... Jesus, why YouTube makes it so much difficult to see? The fire room makes this style look really pop. Yeah, the dark environment makes it really cool. I agree. It's that's why I want to have a lot of areas inside it. But what's good to realize is there will be like a night but there's a regular day and night cycle. So for example, this one is probably a really good example. Let me just take my sky and daytime. Gonna just move it towards the evening. Now this is a bit too strong, but you kind of get the idea. So let's say we're gonna leave it to about 8, that's fine. And now it's complaining for whatever reason. But you get to see a lot of these, a lot of areas like that. The lighting, of course, still needs a bit more work. And then if you go outside, everything is nicely blending depending on the night sky. And where it comes really cool, where it comes really to life, is with a reflections in the water. Let me see. I'm not gonna probably see it much here, but you just fly through the water here. That's why this lake is here, because the reflections look so incredibly cool. Suppose they don't have... I don't know, I mean the shader adds quite a bit of making the scene messy, but you get to see some really cool scenes like this. And now we can see it with a sun flying through as the like light starts slowly getting redder and redder. Because I have sped up the daily time. It's not gonna be this fast in the game. There we can see some really cool transitions. There we go. Yep, so it has its fancy parts, but it looks pretty cool. This is like the game is clearly more a lot about visuals. It's a cozy world where you just go and relax and chill. There's nothing to worry you there. You're going there just to relax. That's pretty much the idea. Okay, let's see. Let's can maybe add here a little bit to the side first. Let's say, well, maybe just sync it with version control first. Let's see. And this we can call our landscape painting. Yeah, no, I don't like water reflections. It looks so incredibly cool. Let's try to find here more of these sandstones. Okay, you could maybe use these. What does this one look like? Oh, you could probably find to take advantage of them. Just here on the sides. Something like this. The bottom is also uncovered, right? Yeah, of course it is. I don't like the models that are like this. So kind of match the texture, but this should be fine. And this one has the whole back, doesn't it? Of course it does. You can still kind of make it match and make here this somewhat interesting area where it goes from the rocks directly to the water. I think that could look pretty cool. Okay, this one, let's just rescale. So cool about rocks, isn't it? I know, I say it often, but rocks are so cool for game design. Or level design, I suppose, because they make it so easy to just create the shape of things and the environment. And you can't really tell. It's just like two rocks. It looks like it's the whole set of surfaces and it's just two rocks. Quite insane. There we go. Look at that. Now if we just raise this part. Okay, it's maybe a bit too high. Let's just move it down. And now let's just raise the landscape. Hey, hey man. I'm having a bit of a trouble reading your name, I'm afraid, but cool to know that you're from India. How are you doing? Let's get here outside hills. I guess this should be probably its own environment, I'm thinking. It's Amritpal. Amritpal, hello Amritpal, how are you doing? And this is gonna be our transition. Transition layer. I'm fine. That's good then. Good to hear you're fine. I'm doing well, pretty well. Just chilling here, working on my game. Doing pretty well. Can't complain really. Are you also a game developer? Also working on games? Usually, people stumbling on this channel do tend to be of this breed. Wait, you wanna raise this? Ah. Also learning Unreal and I'm beginner. Just stream popped up. That's pretty cool. Very cool. What kind of let's see. What kind of what are you learning right now? Because Unreal, that's quite a broad topic. So I'm curious, what exactly are you learning? Yeah, I understand blueprints, but I mean a bit more specific. Blueprint, that's just learning the whole programming language. That's probably not a good idea. So, are you trying to like make a project, or do you have any specific goal? Generally, when learning, it tends to be a really good idea to have a specific project to work on. You wanna be a level artist? Okay, interesting. Then what you waiting for? Just make levels. Should be as straightforward as that. Oh well, you're probably not gonna be ever no coding level designer. Even level designer does some very simple interactions. Maybe with just blueprints, but that seems strange. Why are you why are you learning blueprints if you wanna just make levels? Hmm. Let's just lower it. It's a whole course. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I mean, I suppose you can. I mean, there are definitely a lot of advantages in knowing blueprints, and you will definitely need to know them. But if making levels is what you want to focus on, seems to me to make most sense to just focus on that. I wish I started with blueprints over Megascans level design. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm not too interested in level design. You kind of get to pick it up. It's not very difficult. So you just get to pick it up with other skills. But I was way more interested in programming. Level design I kind of do because I have to. I mean, it is fun, but not quite my preferable part of design either way. But if you want to get employed as a game designer, a level designer, you probably want to work on your level design skills. It's pretty straightforward. Like you're gonna get hired for the levels you can make, not your programming skills. Okay, I'm just gonna have to probably move it around with rocks. That seems reasonable. How are we doing with these rocks? Big rock, thank you. That's very, very lovely. I'm struggling to make environment. Well, that may be troublesome. You may wanna. Honestly, I mean, everyone kind of struggles with it on the start. You just don't worry about it and keep making it. How to wait? That's why I started learning Unreal. I saw the real-time renders, and I was like, "Damn, that's true." And then you start working with games instead of levels. That's also pretty real. Pretty sounds pretty familiar. Yep. Can you tell me how to make them like ideas and all? Just make levels. It's just simple as that. Like get figures out some reference, figure out what you wanna make, find some. You don't even have to find tutorials. Don't even worry about tutorials. Just find some level you wanna make and make it. Find some reference that you can use for inspiration and then make it. It's straightforward as that. No need to overthink it. Not super happy with these. And what about the meshes? What do you mean about them? Just download some free marketplace pack. You don't need to. Level designers don't make their own meshes. That's waste of time for them. They would get never done. They would get nothing done. Just look on Unreal Marketplace, download a bunch of meshes, and put them together. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Sounds about right. Depends what kind of environment he wants to make, but yeah, like you are not, you don't need to pay for anything. Just get yourself some free assets on Unreal Marketplace and find some kind of references. What kind of assets are you trying to make? What kind of levels are you trying to make? And then make it. I can't make hill mountains. Of course you can. Why can't you? Why couldn't you? There's a bunch of assets for it. There's a bunch of rocks you can scale up. You can sculpt it. Like, look at this. This is one model. Just get the model pack. There's more than enough of them completely for free. And if not, get it from Sketchfab. Just start working, guys. Everything else is just waste of time. What do you mean where you get models from Sketchfab? Just click on Sketchfab, download them there. But you probably wanna just get them from Unreal Marketplace. It's gonna be easier for you. I kinda like this as a topping. It does not, colors don't quite fit here, but I'm gonna maybe, let's see, I'm gonna color code it. I wanna fit this a bit more. What am I working on? I'm working on my game, which is called A Lost Harmony. It's a game about a little bird living in a post-apocalyptic world who is in a solar punk post-apocalyptic world where you can just chill, fly around, relax, and not really worry about anything. You can play with animals. You can just explore, solve puzzles, and figure out what happened to humans. Or if not, you can just relax and not do anything. It's all up to you. Okay, this is good. Let's steal this and apply it here as well. It's your game totally. What do you mean by my game totally? I am the one making the game. I don't know. I don't know how less or more it can be my game. This one is a bit too crazy. Isn't compatible. Then import it anyway. Don't worry about it. Or download different engine version. Those are just excuses. Yeah. In fact, this doesn't really work with a color scheme yet, so I wanna match it, but not too much. I mean, I'm making the whole game from coding to design. Yep, everything from scratch. Well, not from scratch, that's unfair. Well, honestly, a lot of it is from scratch, but yep, I'm making everything. I mean, I don't make the models, I just get a bunch of content packs. It's a waste of time for me to make more 3D models. But other than that, yep. Let's adjust the lighting. Okay. Oh, that's sitting quite nice actually. This is pretty good color combo. Can't complain too much, and you know how much I like to complain. There are many good stuff for money like auto materials. Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff for free as well. Well, just do some course for materials. Epic has a lot of them. We can just repeat here a similar pattern, like as it's make it look like it's part of this surface. I think that would look pretty good. Well, you can. Unreal has some well, not well, I guess suppose Epic on the Epic Learning portal. You can find some really good ones. And just learn it there. But I mean, it's a lot of learning you gotta do, but we all have to. Do, do, do. Oh, it's not bad. I kind of like this idea of this being pretty much completely enveloped by these kind of rocks. And then from this part we can continue with this sort of a surface, sort of a rocks. And here we can just see it slowly transition. Let's see. I'll make it like a huge one. Right in here. Maybe something along these lines. Sure, bit too big. Can also save so much performance by just putting here these kind of rocks instead of trying to fill it with foliage. It's a good excuse for not having to put here too many trees or whatnot. Do you speak Hindi? VFX Factory on you? Oh, okay, it's probably not up to me. Yeah. I don't speak Hebrew, Hindi at all. But I would generally, if you just want to learn Unreal, just use the Unreal Learning portal. Especially if you just want to follow tutorials, just don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. It's like people overthink this like crazy. They're just like, oh, I have to learn that and that, blah blah blah. No, you don't. Just start working. Pick up a project, do the project, do the project. You're gonna fail and you're gonna learn a lot by doing that. That's it. That's where it lies. I can make here some nice surface like this. And I want to make this a bit extreme, so we can make this go up, and then this sort of a going down sets of rocks. Mouse X? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, issue is how much size I want to make. No, it's not. Just what I'm talking about. Find a reference and replicate it. Just find a picture and try to make that in Unreal. PC specs? Jesus. Wait, give me a sec. I'm afraid can't show you. Give me a sec in case it's just hiding something. There we go. It's a E7, one of the latest ones. So I think it's 14 core, 42 gigabytes of RAM. I would do better with 64, honestly. But 42, and it's RTX 3080. SCP, hey man, gave up on my YouTube algorithm. What am I making? That's a good question. I'm making a very chill and cozy game where you relax and play as a bird. It's in a solar punk post-apocalyptic world after all of humanity disappeared. You don't know where. There is just animals that you can interact with and relax with them. Maybe you can solve some puzzles, uncover everything that was left here, and just float around and relax. Full day-night cycle, full intelligent AI, all that. Not saying everything is implemented yet, but it's definitely coming there. As you can see, very stylized. It's gonna be a very cozy game. You can just relax here, do whatever you want. Nothing too complicated. There we go. In case any of you are interested, guys, we are having here a Steam page somewhere. There we go. Already prepared with the trailers and everything. If it sounds interesting to anything, feel free to wishlist it already. It always helps. Does Unreal Engine is not good for competitive latency wise? No, why would that be an issue? It's actually much better than anything else on the market, because Unreal has its own online subsystem that's handling everything that you want from it. Like, unless you are thinking of custom engine, there's probably nothing better than Unreal when it comes to making competitive multiplayer games. If you want to make your own custom subs online, well, not subsystem, but replication, then yeah, you will probably do better because it's gonna be custom made. But there's nothing better than Unreal when it comes to out of the box solutions. So again, depends what you're trying to do. I can tell you now, guys, but I'm planning to eventually, after I'm gonna be too annoyed with game harmony that I need the lost harmony that I need a break. I'm gonna have to I am planning to make like a open source, a multiplayer project that's gonna be super easy to use. You will be able to jump onto it and immediately make a multiplayer game out of it. But it's gonna take me some time, and it's gonna be written in the combination of C++ and Blueprints. Maybe I'm gonna do even both variations, but it's gonna be something like that. I have to go to AM of night here in India. I will finish my board in the morning. Sounds good, man. You get a sub, bro. Thank you kindly. Feel free to stop by. If you want to, in the description, we got a Discord as well, where I always post a notification when I stream. The next stream is on Monday, so you can join. So see you there then. Have a good night. Multiplier melts my brain. It's something that's, yeah, it's messy. It's messy. I have made a while back made a multiplayer, actually 1v1, 1v1 multiplayer game, competitive game. It was a VR game actually. Even I can show you guys. Wait, give me a sec. I'm going to find it on SideQuest because Meta put it down. Because why not? It was a running on Quest 1, I have to say. Now all the kids crying about Quest 2 being too low performance. I managed to make this run on Quest 1 because they are just... people don't care about performance now. But it was a completely destroyable voxel world that you could sculpt and break. Everything worked really well. It works 1 versus 1, up to 2 versus 2 multiplayer. You could have done all of it. By the way, everything written in Blueprint. Not a single C++ line there, right? Just well, of course, outside of the regular engine one. All the additional code was done in Blueprint. So that's for people who are crying that Blueprint is not performant enough. It is, you just don't know what you are doing. Okay. That's very cool. Facebook took it down now, so you can't even play it. So, yep, that's how it is. That's maybe a bit too much. Kind of have to break this pattern a bit. Good night. Good nighty. So yeah. And it's also, I also want to do it because, yeah, multiplayer is tough, difficult, and I need to refresh a lot of these problems in my mind and really spend time learning them. So this is a good project for me to practice and for everyone else to use it, of course. So that's always good. but it's a little bit down the line in the terms of projects I wanna do. Just making sure you all know that, because that is a lot of projects I'm planning to do, and a lot of them open source, but it's all taking its time. But I'm gonna, after I finish the demo for Lost Harmony, which is gonna be by end of the year, hopefully, then I'm planning to take a lot of the tools that I'm making for Lost Harmony and just make them publicly available as well. Can you help me? I'm new to making games. That's a stupid question. What do you expect me to do? You can, like, it makes sense to come somewhere and try to ask, like, hey, I have this problem, I have tried this, can you do that? Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. But if you just ask, can you help me make games? That's like, what do you expect me to do? Am I gonna come to your home and fix your game for you? It's like, if you have a specific question and ask it, but just saying, help me, stupid. It's like, don't ask for permission to ask, just ask. Can we achieve all things with blueprints without using a single CPU bar? Yes, you can make a whole games. I have made full-fledged games, not touching C++. This one, the Lost Harmony, is written with C++, but there is nothing, well, most of it is written with C++. And very few blueprint nodes. But you can do everything just without touching CPP. You can just do everything inside blueprints. No need to worry about that. Let's see. Does it affect the learning curve without using CPP? No, not really. If something, you are gonna be able to make things faster using just blueprints, because they are a bit faster to get up and running. There is some like, I would generally, if you're trying to learn Unreal, it really depends where are you coming from. But generally, what I recommend to students is, because I work as just a bit of a context. I work as a mentor and education coordinator at GameReady, which is a Unreal Engine and game development oriented school. So in general, what I recommend to students would be to, if they have no experience with programming or game development, I would generally recommend to start with blueprints. Just make one game in blueprints, make 2 games with blueprints, maybe a little bit more. You start by making a very simple game with blueprints, because that's gonna be quick, that's gonna be fairly easily done. You're gonna keep your motivation up because you finished something, and then after you have finished this small game, you make a little bit more complicated game with blueprints. And then after you do that as well, your confidence has built up a little bit because your knowledge has increased a lot. And now you can attempt something much more difficult, which is going to be making the same thing with C++. If you have never coded before, this is really difficult for you. So after you know a lot of blueprints, you will realize that in C++ you are doing very similar things that you were doing with blueprints. But now, because you already managed to do something, you already have some experience, you can already do it. So that would generally be my recommendation. Is the blueprints the block code? Yep, exactly. Let's just say it. Let me show you. Let me show you. I don't know. Give me some. I can show you exactly how it looks like in the proper code. Actually, this is probably a really good example. So I don't have it running right now, but you have a. These are not doing anything. These are blueprints, but they don't have any code. I use them just as a containers for 3D models. But let's say we have here our character. Okay, so this is a bird that has some coding done in blueprints. Very rare, very small things, some binding of events and inputs. And then it's just calling the functions that are all written in C++. If we open our writer here, it's gonna just go show us everything written in here. You always kind of want to figure out what's your goal. If your goal is to make games, then just make games. Don't worry about anything else. That's pretty much it. I think this is just a header file. We got a proper CPP here. You can see that most of the functions are just defined here. This is a subclass of a character, which is subclass of pawn, of blah blah blah, Unreal actor. But if you want to make games with Unreal, start with blueprints, make something really cool, then make something a bit more complicated, and then make it a bit more difficult for yourself by trying something you haven't tried before, which is likely gonna be writing parts of it in C++. It's weird though. I don't know what happened here. I guess this kind of works. This doesn't seem very fitting. Just don't wanna be hitting the rock. I guess, okay, it's just not hitting the rock enough. I think it's kind of fine. What you are doing with blueprints is, in fact, you can think about blueprints as a wrapper for C++. So like a lot of these functions that you are calling with blueprints are written in C++ and you are just telling it, hey, use this code. That's effectively what you are doing. Okay. In Valorant, they use luck compensation. If players have high ping, I still wonder how they achieve it. That's still Unreal though. Valorant is done in Unreal Engine. I don't know exactly how they did that, but luck compensation for the... I guess you can do some assumptions. So you can do... I have no clue how they did that. I can kind of think about how I would do that. It would be probably some prediction. Because usually what happens with multiplayer is like you have a server and you have clients. Server assumes where the client is gonna go. So the client, your actor that's running around and hitting stuff, is you can kind of get assuming that he's gonna move forward 1 meter. And if all of a sudden he moves 3 meters forward, then the server is gonna go back and correct it. So I'm gonna assume they're doing there some bit fancier prediction of where is it gonna move, and if he sees like that this client has a high ping, it's not gonna just teleport it back, but it's kind of assumes more with a higher assumes where this is gonna go. Maybe something like that could be possible. There's different ways how to go about it, and different games choose different approaches. This tends to be really individual to the game, so it's kind of difficult to say. But I think something along these lines may be a possibility. Why don't I have it synced? But yeah, man, multiplayer stuff. It's really difficult. Like by no, it's never, guys, never try to make your first game a multiplayer game. Just don't. No matter how much you want, don't. You're gonna... That's for masochists and people who hate themselves. It's difficult enough to make a normal game. Making multiplayer game is just so much more difficult. The complexity goes up in an insane way. So like after you make few games, after you make some commercial games as well, even if they don't succeed, but you manage to get through the whole process, then sure, go ahead, try to make a multiplayer game. It's gonna suck and you're gonna cry and come back here, but you will have so much more experience that you are way more likely to succeed. Oh, cow. I like this kind of rocks. They're so cute. Cute rocks. Are you an independent game dev or work in a company? Kind of a both, I guess. Wait, didn't you go to SBAT? What the hell? How are you back? I am a game dev. I'm indie game developer. You are back again. Okay. Okay. Well, don't complain that I'm keeping you up. I am a independent game developer. That means I finance my own games. I don't get by anyone paid to do that. I don't have a publisher. But I also work at GameReady as a education coordinator and an Unreal Engine mentor and a bunch of other stuff to kind of help and teach game development. So I do have a job, but the games I'm making are I am paying for myself, so I guess I'm indie dev. I mean, I could probably get the publisher, but I don't think it's really worth it. Maybe we'll see. I'm thinking about getting a publisher for Lost Harmony, but I'm not entirely sure it's worth it. It's like, what are they gonna help me with marketing? I don't really need money. I don't really need money. What do you mean, what? Which part did you not hear? Well, what I meant is that publisher is probably not worth it for me. You seriously couldn't get it? Okay, I'm gonna repeat it again. Is that I am financing my own games, so I am the one paying for everything, which kind of makes it indie. But I also have a full-time job where I work as a education coordinator and a mentor. That means I teach people how to work with Unreal and game development at GameReady. Do we need to do we need good at math? Do we need to be good at math and physics for Unreal Engine? You don't have to start being good at math to learn it. You will by working with Unreal and just programming things, you will learn it. You will learn everything as you go. You don't quite need to start knowing a lot. But yes, you tend to use some math. You tend to use, but very basic math, like very, very basic math, like adding, decreasing. So a teacher and an independent developer bot. Yeah, exactly. I do bot. It's very fun, and I actually really like working on multiple projects, such as this. It makes me much less likely to get bored. I think I don't think I could be like full-time dev or full-time teacher. Both would be it would be just a bit boring. Being an environment, do I have to learn other things? Honestly, probably, yeah. Especially now because of AI. It's quite likely that you will have to learn way more than just that. But like, I mean, yes, there are level designers that make money purely by being level designers, so it's not impossible. It's just difficult. And it's rarer and rarer, so you better speed up and start working. And usually environmentalist is kind of a strange way to say it. I don't know why, but it may be language barrier. But usually you would say like an environment level designer. Environmentalist means in English something a little bit different. It's like a person who works with environment and like tries to protect the environment from whatever humans are doing to it. Being independent is hard to advertise. Yep, I mean it is, but well, hard things are worth doing, right? It's fun. It's definitely a lot of fun, and I enjoy the variety of it. So I do not mind. You know, hard things are worth doing. I think kind of because of they are hard, they are making it more interesting. And you know, you can always here I mean meant by I understand what you mean by that, but usually you would say like environmental level designer or just level designer. You unlike like environmentalist means something a little bit different. People may have a hard time understanding what you mean. Yep, like being indie is hard, but like Steam does a lot of marketing for you. As long Steam is really, if you are making a game that you know people are interested in, then that's kind of all of your marketing. So all of the marketing comes down to like, are people gonna be interested in your game? And you ideally want to figure this out before you even start making it. So like, let's say you are making a racing game. So you just try to make a small demo, try to make a quick trailer, and then go to Reddit, go to some forums, share it, and if people react well to it, you have pretty good chance people are gonna like it. So what else would I do as being what else should I go for apart from being a level designer? I don't know, man. What do you wanna do? I am not gonna give it. Like, are you asking me for career advice? I can probably recommend, but you may wanna. I don't know what you want to do. It's bit difficult for me to say. You can fully make you can just make designs. You can honestly you can make a levels and team up with 3D artists. You can probably get AI to make 3D models pretty soon. But you can team up with 3D artists and you can make levels and sell them on Unreal Marketplace. Probably, if you do that well, that's gonna be some income. Eventually, maybe big, good enough income. But there is many paths open to you. You just have to decide. And this one especially is probably really good because you are gonna be making levels and you can potentially make some money while already doing that. I have 240 arts very good. I'm facing inverse ghosting effect in games at the response time faster than elevators. So you can probably underclock your monitor, so you can force it to go on lower rate if that's what you want. Otherwise, I have no clue. Honestly, I'm pretty happy on 60 FPS. I have never even had a 120 Hz monitor, and I'm super happy with it. How long did it take to get to this point of the game? We can actually have a look, because what I am doing is sharing on my website a screenshot almost every day. Every day I'm working on it, and this is not all the way from the beginning, but fairly early. And we can see that the last one, wait, let me just refresh this. Last one was 41 days in, so that means less than 2 months, somewhere around there. 1 to 2 months. I like kind of the effect it does in the water. Looks pretty. Now we're gonna go about this. I think it makes some sort of a sense to keep here some level of 3. Some 3. Yeah. So kind of wanna keep this this level of a rocks to make it keep looking consistent. I probably should work a little bit more on different dimensions here, but no, this is fine. RTX 3060 is good enough for game development, mid-range game, high-end probably as well. Like, you can just lower the quality here, like you just jump down in here, engine scalability, set it to low and keep working, like don't worry about it. It's, yeah, you could be able, like, you can do anything with it, honestly. Like, depends on the map. Like, you can have a pretty cool game that has a very simple map and has like very low performance needs. So yeah, that's definitely way more than good enough GPU. Depends more on like what kind of game and not even what kind of game, but like what kind of level and what kind of map are you imagining. Like, honestly, if you can play modern games, you can make modern games. It's as straightforward as that. The engines are super optimized these days. If I apply for a game studio as a level artist, level designer, and if my work is good, so will they hire me or they need like some more doing? It depends. There's not like a straightforward answer that I can give you. If it's small studio, they probably don't need more. Like, it's just like the same with a startup, right? With startup and small studios, like any small team, needs people to do multiple roles because there is very few people. So like a graphic designer is gonna do like social media posts as well. On a bigger studio, that's gonna be just a marketing guy. That's specializing just in making this stuff. But back to the example of game development, big studio, like bunch of people, tens and dozens of hundreds of people, you're very likely gonna be dedicated level designer, and you will never touch anything else than level design. If you are joining a small studio, 5 to 10 people, you're probably gonna have to do other stuff as well, because it's just a lot of things that needs to be done about the game, and they can't afford to hire dedicated people to it. So that's usually a good approach. And even that depends a lot, studio per studio. I'm wondering if there is not really one size fit answer. You can it also depends on your special luck. If you are really good at making levels, they will want you to make levels. But if you are just good at a lot of things, then you may be hired for that. So it really depends. What are gonna be stakes to go for the big studio like Ubisoft or EA, blah blah blah. Go ask them. If they are in your city, go ask them. No, like I'm not joking. Like, just straight up walk up there, or maybe call there or whatever, or find them on social media. But honestly, since they are in your city, just walk there and tell them, hey, I want to be game designer. What do you want? I want to be a level designer. What portfolio would get me here, or like what can I do to get hired? Like what skills would you need from me? Like straight up go ask them. Like, it's I feel, and they will. Also, the thing is that game studios always hire people. Everyone is always short on people. It's always the thing. It's very difficult to get qualified people and good people for anything. So straight up walk up there and say, hey, if I wanna be a level designer, what would you want from me? And they're gonna be super happy to answer you, and they will maybe even help you. It's really as simple as that, and you are gonna get on their radar, and that heightens up your chances 100 times. How many people would work on top AA games? Depends on the game. Things like Call of Duty, thousands. Let's say Call of Duty. Let's see. How many people worked on Call of Duty? More than 3,000 people. Yeah, that's probably like they are probably working across different projects, so they may not all work on the same projects. But yeah, if you look at something like CD Projekt Red, they are often working just on one project. Wait, how do we call it? Workers, I guess. Employees, yeah. But it's gonna be also thousands, yeah, up thousands and more. I'm a video editor, graphic, so I upgraded from this to level designer. So I'm gonna decide myself of a level designing now. Sure, do that. Go ask people who are hiring level designers what they want, and then do that. It's as simple as that. No need to overthink it. I kinda like this actually. But you're having some experience with if you have some experience with graphic design and video editing, that may be useful. Like imagine getting hired for a indie studio, you have some chance to like help them with video editing and marketing and these things. So those are skills for noting. Depends. I don't know. I would not want to work in AAA studio, but with too many people. I like working with small groups of people. I just want to make the next Flappy Bird. We all do, don't we? Oh, well, it's pretty. Flappy Bird especially is kind of funny because the dude who made it, the developer, got so annoyed with it that he ended up just removing it because people were harassing him and it got way too popular and whatnot. I have a bit of overthinking. Yep, I can see that. Putting experience in video and designing, then leverage that. Things are usually simpler than it seems. We all tend to overthink, but yeah, just usually not needed to go that crazy. Phone selling for like a sale and stuff. Yeah, the most amazing part, I know. There are still phones, I know, selling it. It's quite crazy. It's really such a weird example. There was a time when just apps were about everything. I wonder if a time like that will come for VR. Used to be a time that I thought it will, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, this is definitely surrounded by hills. That's pretty cool. Do, do, do. I mean, there was a lot of developers who tried to replicate exactly that. Just try to remake Flappy Bird, but usually unsuccessfully. It was very lucky. I think it was also it was got so popular because of PewDiePie play it, if I remember correctly, something like that. I have my brother, blah blah blah, we're programming, da da da. Yeah, sure, it sounds like a fun plan. Sure, you can try to make. I mean, maybe you may want to ask them right away. Just be like, hey, is this something that sounds interesting? But yeah, sounds like a cool idea. It's always fun to make stuff with people like. It feels a bit overwhelming now. I feel like this is a bit too much. Hmm. Trying to recreate a viral thing usually doesn't go well. Exactly. Ends up being just a lot of wasted effort. Let's do some landscape painting here. That's not landscape painting. How many rocks am I gonna add? A lot. All of them. There's never enough rock. Don't you know that? As an environmental artist, you should know that. More rocks is always better. Oh wait, that's bad. It's too small. Ah, gosh, guys, the deadline is closing, and I would not say I am quite on schedule. That's always how it is. You are never on schedule. Any tips and tricks for good level designer? I'm not sure if I would consider myself a good level designer, but some good things to think about. There's a video, a GDC video. Well, let me try to find it. We have here a good game design. Oh no, wait. Why do I keep telling game design? Good level design. It's a GDC talk. That's pretty good. 10 principles for good level design. Watch this and apply it, and that's pretty much everything you need. But kind of a rule of thumb. What are you trying to do is think about humans who lived in there. When are you making a level, try to imagine the story behind it. That's the really important thing. You just wanna make sure to make it look like real humans lived there. Or doesn't have to be humans, right? If it's like a level for aliens, just real aliens live there. So, for example, in this case, it would mean, like, I don't know, we have here this like separated area where they don't have access to electricity. So how do they get electricity? Oh, they get these solar panels. I see, they get it all from here. And then they were constructing this because we can see this hasn't been fully finished. So that's what's showed here with the machine here. Then we can see something partly broken. And why is it broken? Blah, 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 blah. Right? And we get here a bunch of plants that show that this has been overgrown and humans already don't live here anymore, etc., etc. Then, like, for example, here we will see there are some pigs that are just walking around. So why are they in here? That's because there is some food. Blah, blah, blah. So always try to don't like just place things randomly. Think about why they should be there. That's probably the most important idea. If you do that, then it's just all about practice. You just keep doing the same thing, and it's gonna eventually be good, hopefully. But also just like be prepared. Like it takes a long time. It takes a long time to be good at anything. But good news is that a lot of these skills are transferable. So, for example, being a good level designer will also make it much easier for you to later like learn painting or learn drawing. And actually, since you have experience with graphic design, working a lot of this will be surprisingly transferable to a to game design, to level design, because it's also about composition. It's also about thinking about the story behind it. All those things still stay the same. You will still be able to apply all that. So just think about how you can apply your expertise, the things you already know, to your new endeavor. That's probably gonna help you a lot. Level design is like, it's difficult to be a level designer actually. Not difficult because it's like a hard skill. It's because you don't quite learn. You just have to learn it by doing it. There's not much other way how to do it. I was trying to change the word lighting, like weather and atmosphere. How to do? I've been struggling. Yeah, I probably don't use native Unreal stuff. Don't use sky from Unreal. Don't make your own. Don't have to mess with that. But look at some options on Unreal Marketplace for like custom sky, something with weather systems. It's gonna make it easier. I don't like Unreal native sky system either. Can see my dog murdering something in the background. That's lovely. Environment light mixer in window. Just tap all of them low. Wait, what do you mean? What's environment light mixer? I tried Good Sky, but I can't get the proper lighting. That's weird. I use Good Sky a lot. It's pretty good. Maybe watch the tutorial or like rather read documentation. Also get used to reading documentation. It's gonna save your ass a lot. Go to window, lights, blah blah blah. Okay, sounds good. I have a lot of the lighting handled automatically by my sky system, so I don't quite do it. But we will see. Maybe depends on the performance, because I should be able to handle fully dynamic lighting and everything, but it may be possible that I may need to bake some stuff. And then now I have here technically like 2 dynamic lights, and that's always problematic. I don't want only light, I want atmosphere different. That's you still use like linear light and then some ambient light on top of that. So we are still gonna use some level, some setting like that. Do, do, do. Mm. Honestly, guys, this is starting to look quite lovely. Like this is still a bit too, I don't know, too much of a, not rocks, but like too uniform here. I want to make it less uniform. When I change the terrain, just change the sky at start, cloud, and storm, but the terrain is make no change. Then you did not set it up correctly. Again, read the documentation. It should be all there. Sounds like you did not have connected ambient color, ambient lighting. It's a bit better. Will do. We'll try. I think that's a bit better. Okay. Just fly around. Let's just fly around a little bit for now. Let me do it in the separate window. Alright, it's fine. Let's just try let's try like from the start. Let's say you start the game somewhere here. Let's say we start on the farm and don't quite have a specific starting location quite yet. Boom, we got a bunch of flying and then we are chilling here. Oh, wait, what's this nonsense? Okay, this needs to go down. Alright, we got here some water, some rocks around it. We can fly up in here. But wait, the sky is changing way too fast. I have to do something about it. It's weather time of the day. Okay, time cycle duration. It should be 18. Is it minutes per second in real time? Wait. So we have it on 1. Minutes per second. That should be 24 minutes in that case. That's fine. I'm just gonna lower our time of the day to like 8 in the morning. It should be fine. Gotta go. No worries, man. Have a good one. Bye bye. Good night. Why is it going so crazy? This what's cycle is changing too fast. Why? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so we keep it on. Okay, so I do like 10. gonna speed up. No, it's slowing down. It's not quite fast, but it's not crazy fast. It's this thing flying in the air. Let's get rid of it. Oh wait, no, actually this is important for the story. We wanna keep it here. Not in the sky though, but we wanna keep this here. Alright. Alright, we are just flying around here. Everything is nice and chill. I'm gonna have to do something about these decals. There's gonna be some statue, I just don't know of what yet. Alright. It's nice and pretty. We see all the buildings, we see all the solar panels. Nice and good. Should see also sun traveling through the sky somewhat. I suppose we slowed it down so much that it's not really relevant now. Okay, let's say just I'm a crazy bird. I'm gonna fly around here on all these hills. Get to see all this interesting environment. Okay, definitely need some plants here or stuff like that, but it's not bad. Okay, we can float around these hills. That's cool. I don't see too much mess anywhere here. This actually seems pretty nice. Let's try to approach it from a different angle so we see what it looks like. It feels like it's lagging. What's going on? There's no way this is performance issue. It's Unreal not doing something. That's Unreal just... Nah, that's nonsense. Unreal is not previewing something correctly. I could just rebuild it. I think I may need also rebuilding of lighting or some stuff like that. I'll see. We got here some buildings floating. That's not very nice. Oh, what's happening here with the ground? Okay. Yeah, I seriously doubt that the jump is from 100 FPS to 20. Just by playing the play mode. There's nothing happening on the play mode now. That's Unreal being drunk. Probably just bunch of cached stuff. Let's just even this out. Not quite what we're looking for. Oh, come on, go back. Oh, wait, when did this happen? Why did this start? Wait, what happened here? Why did it mess up this? Oh. Well, I mean, not that I mind super much, but why did it mess up the surface here? What kind of... I'm into painting again. Of course, it's just creating stupid painting here. Okay, back into the... Can't even tell much of a difference, honestly. I have to probably lower the resolution of the landscape later. There's a lot of performance stuff that just needs to happen, but they will happen later. There's no need for any premature optimization. Let's switch to lowering it. There we go. Something like this, and now just smooth it slightly, not this much. There we go. Good enough. Need some terrain difference. Here we also should get at least a little bit of a terrain height difference. It's a bit too monotone now. Let's see. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, anything you would like to mention, this is a good time. Usually, if I'm programming, you get way less opportunities to do that. Oh, that's drastic. That's quite drastic. Okay, we're going to be just adding, because that subtracking just creates a mess that I don't like. Okay, we have too little of a scale, so let's increase the scale. And that's better. Just it looked way too weird when everything was like monotone height. Which I wanted on the start, of course, but not quite now. Now we can start messing it up. And a lot of it I'm gonna just overgrow with plants or whatnot, but just need a little bit of a variety. Look at that. That's starting to look so much more destroyed. So cool. Okay. Definitely better. Hmm. Let's go about this. Now make it feeling like it's going up and down. Yeah, something like this, and let's no, I guess this is fine. Oh, okay. I feel like it's starting to look pretty nice. Definitely unusual, but not bad. Not bad at all. I think it's probably also yelling at me because the material is not built properly. I'm pretty sure that's the main culprit here. I think, look, this is gonna be pretty cool foresty part. And also here. But, so they're gonna save up so much performance on foliage. That's nice. Gonna be a lot of grass down here and trees and all that. But we don't want it to grow too much up here. Yeah, maybe make some PCG volume later, but that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me check my Trello. By the way, guys, if you are not using anything for organizing your stuff, definitely recommend Trello, or honestly anything for organizing. I use combination of Notion and Trello. Okay. Match concept art. Our concept art is right in here. We'll need to add quite a few more stuff before we match it, but it's getting there. Yeah, I think it could be a good time to add footage, but let's see. But I think I'm gonna end it here today already. I'm gonna work a bit more offline. And stream again on Monday. So let me create a stream for Monday. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right away. There is a video coming tomorrow, and that's gonna be from one of the streams. Some really cool use cases for ChatGPT with game design. So if you wanna see that, guys, it's up tomorrow. For people who support on Patreon, you already have it available. You can get access to it right away. But for everyone else, tomorrow it goes live on YouTube. Okay, I am gonna post a I'm gonna schedule a stream right away. So if you wanna get properly notified for next stream, you can set it for yourself right away. Or alternatively, you can wait. I think I set it on the wrong day. No. Okay, it's still 9th. Yeah, it's gonna be on 11th. All right, there we should have it. Right in here in 45 hours. It's prepared here, all that. Guys, if you want to get notifications for all this and all the future streams, join Discord. If you haven't yet, you got a Wishlist The Lost Harmony on Steam right in here. And that's about it. I'm gonna share you here links to YouTube and to Steam. Definitely recommend checking it out. And thank you for being here today. I'm gonna be back on Monday and tomorrow YouTube video. Bye bye.